Hello, welcome to Fresh Death Comics. My name is B. Luke, and I got Amy here with me. And this isn't just Amy, the guest host. This is Amy, the full-time host.
I am a co-host now.
So you are now part of the Fresh to Death Productions. You've kind of jumped in kind of full time. You've got some ideas. You've got some inspirations. You're like, hey, I want to do videos like this. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Because I've been doing this for a long time, a decade and a half of podcasting, and it has changed. So I thought, you know what? Let's do who, what, where, why, how is Fresh to Death Comics?
Because we've also taken a little bit of a break.
Exactly. And I realize I've been listening to old episodes. I have never asked who you are. I've just said, this is Amy. Hi, Amy. What's about you? Hi. Me. Good. Hi. So let's actually talk to you.
Okay,
let's get to know. So for Fresh Death Comics, let's do the who. Who is Fresh Death Comics? Who is Amy? Who are you?
Well, I've been in media for like 10 years. Went to school at Ithaca for television radio.
Boo, you should have gone to Oswego.
Almost did. That's another story.
Which we almost did. I mean, we almost did. Our timelines. Like, if you think about the way the timeline was, Amy could have been with Fresh Death Comics at the very beginning. Like, that's how wild this is. So, but you went to Ithaca.
Went to Ithaca. Before I graduated, I was able to do internships at both America's Next Top Model and Conan when he was on.
America's Next Top Model?
Yeah, that one.
You're just gonna breeze over that, like, basically, what the beauty's about. You know, Tyra Banks. Isn't that thing she does?
Yeah, literally.
So I don't know anything about America's Top Model except girls have to wear dresses and then they're critiqued about how they walk. And I don't understand.
Oh, and how they look.
I've been trying to figure out how I walk. And I can't figure out how a man's supposed to walk. Like, I'm like, walking's walking. So what is America's Next Top Model, I guess, is my question.
America's best person at walking and looking hot, basically.
So what did you do for America's
Top my Model? God. Okay, so my experience at Top Model, first of all, people, great. Especially I was in the production office, but a lot of that had to do with a lot of getting lunches, a lot of very stereotypical LA internship things.
Wait a minute. You were America's Top Model in your job, like, who are you getting lunches for?
Casting, payroll, accounting. Basically,
so anybody who needed lunch was like, yo, get me lunch?
Yeah, like lunch was, you got lunch as a part of a perk of working there.
Well, I understand that's the perk. I'm talking about your, like, hi, I'm interning here. I want to do America's Top Model. What am I going to learn? You learn that I like a bologna sandwich with some cheese, a little bit of mustard, and it's gotta be rye bread.
First of all, that's way too much salt, fat, and carbs for anyone at Top Model.
I don't know anything about Top Model.
I know.
I just described a sandwich. I was like, man, that is a sandwich that someone would order.
Great. No model is going to eat that, though.
No, I wouldn't eat that either.
But yeah, I mean, I worked at the production office, so, you know, they were working on the next round of casting, trying to figure out what the challenges were, because they had challenges, like modeling challenges, or
like what kind of, I don't know anything about America's Top Model. What kind of challenges?
They would have occasional challenges where you're doing a photo shoot with your greatest fears, and some girl had to put a tarantula on her face, and she was terrified of spiders. And like then she had
to do it like
she had to do it.
Like I'm afraid of the Power Rangers.
Yep.
And so I have to do a photo shoot, and I have to do like serious one, like.
Oh yeah.
Or so not like.
Well, I want to say, I feel like it was for Diamonds, but like she had her hand up and the spider was like on her face.
And she had to be a serious. It wasn't like a.
Yeah. Ava, I can't remember what season she was on, but that was amazing.
So how did you come up with that, or was that just part of?
That's just an example of one of the
Oh,
challenges.
what was the challenge that you helped? Did you
I
help?
didn't know. I was just in the offices, like making sure that, you know, the schedules were taken care of. The executive producers like had coffee. It was a lot more like office.
Man, that's boring. And then you said Conan.
Yes.
Was Conan better? Did you learn anything better at Conan than sandwiches?
Yeah, I mean, yes, that was a lot more hands-on. So I was a research intern there. So what that basically meant was we had to be on their social media, or just any article where the guest name pops up. We were compiling information for the segment producers so that they could have a call with the guests coming up aboard, because their goal every time they have a segment or a guest on the show, they want to make it unique. So they're always trying to find, like for Kaylee Cuoco, who was on one time.
Was that the one you worked with? Was this an
Yeah,
example of when you were there?
yeah.
Okay, cool. So you were there with Kaylee Cuoco
Well, Kaylee Cuoco was going to be on the show. I was not with her.
with with the Big Bang Theory.
Yes, which, by the way, how they got a lot of those actors on those late night guest spots on like Conan, they're on the same lot. And they would have like a standby list of people who like, oh, a guest had to cancel because there was a last minute filming or whatever. There was like a short list of who they called, and I know Chris Colfer from Glee was on that list.
Is this how Matt Damon became a thing? Because I'm not.
That was Kimmel.
Correct.
I was on Conan.
Correct. I know they're different, but like on Jimmy Kimmel every night, he's like, and goodbye, Matt Damon, and sorry to Matt Damon, he can't be here tonight. Is that like you're talking about the short list? Like they have people on a short list? Or is this something completely different?
Something completely different.
Okay. So what is a short list then?
Just a list of people who are like always ready, willing, and able to be on the show last minute.
Oh, so I need someone for Wednesday. We have nobody.
Yeah, and it's Monday.
We're gonna call Jim Parsons. He's right there.
Yeah, or like literally anyone from Big Bang could be over there like that. They were filming Two Broke Girls there, and I looked Kat Dennings in the eyes as she drove away in her awesome giant car.
So, did you meet Conan?
No, because I was too scared. I was too scared to meet Conan.
Because I've been trying to find you. Like, Conan did a thing where he was talking to his interns, like, I'm here with the interns. Let's look at the interns.
Yeah, I was like, not in that one.
Where's you? And all I can picture is I'm trying to find, like, the shortest person and then try to find whatever half of their size is and then look inside of like corners for you hiding, being like, Conan can't see me, it's gonna ruin my image because he's an amazing guy.
But that was like kind of how I felt. Like I was terrified that, how when you like don't meet your heroes is what they say, like because you can be really disappointed by it. I was terrified that was going to be Conan, because like I wanted to go into television because of Conan, because he kept talking about like how he had the best job in the world, and like I didn't know that your job could be fun. I didn't know that was an option.
Why not? Your job should always be fun.
Yeah, and I was like, well, what's more fun than TV? So.
And now we're here.
So
after the internships, so did you meet Tyra Banks?
No.
So you didn't meet Tyra, you didn't meet Conan,
nope.
Like the internships.
I will say the writers of Conan, Conan would do things for the interns now and then where they like made sure that we were getting quality things out of the internship. So there was one afternoon that they were like, oh yeah, today's like a Friday or, whatever. We're going to have some of you guys, we're going to have like a writer's workshop. We're going to talk to you guys about how we got our jobs in the business, like how we got our first jobs, how we got our jobs on Conan. And Brian Stack, who is now on Colbert, which I feel
is not gonna like he's
on Colbert now, I think. Still, he was last year. I haven't really.
I mean, he's probably gonna be on for this last season. He's got 5 months left or something.
Yeah, but anyways, Brian Stack, super nice guy. He was talking to all of us about like how they all submitted a packet and what that consisted of. Like you had to have a monologue and then like a reoccurring segment, and that was like the way that you would like get these jobs at late night television writing. Which that was like the coolest thing to me, because then I was able to talk to you about like putting a packet together and what that entails.
Which I didn't learn that at all at Oswego.
Yep.
I didn't learn that until I got to the real world, which my job, like when I graduated, I was like, I'm going to work in Christian radio. That's the dream, because I know all the Christian radio. I know all the Christian Bible verses. Like I would be very good on a nice drive on a Sunday afternoon. Like, hello, you listen to Brian. Now listen to some Bill Gaithers for you guys for your nice Sunday drive. Something like that. And so I sent Family Life a network. You sent them a whole network. I sent Family Life Network my resume, and I was like, here's everything I've done. Here's this, here's that, here's my resume. And they respond back, you need to have, do you know what a package is? And I was like, no. And I put one together because I looked online. I was like, I graduated. If this is what a package is, I can put one together real fast. It's just all my reels, my best ofs. So I hand it to them. They go, your package is really good, but that's more for an intern, like an entry level spot in radio. We're looking for people with more experience. But I go, you're the only Christian radio station here. How do I get experience? And they go, there's radio stations all over the country. You said you're in Elmira. You have the Rock. You've got the Fox. You've got like all these different the Mets, WETM and Weenie. There's all kinds of experiences you get. And I go, you want me to go into the real world with the non-Christians and learn their ways so I can come into the Christian world again? And it didn't make any sense. I got so mad at Family Life Network. That was like the last time I ever listened to them. And then they sent me an email a week later going, will you help us with our share-a-thon? For $100, you can help sponsor us for this year. Yeah. I was like, bro.
No, thank you. Yeah, jeez. What a low blow to like, you don't have enough life experience, but money?
Yeah.
When we just denied you a job.
And it wasn't like I was on their newsletter. They got my email address from my resume.
Yeah, like what
they took my resume and put it on their news, like, oh, resume, copy, paste, add to there.
Send.
So after college, what happens? Where are you?
So yeah, after college, I went to work in local news, in production. Eventually worked there for a couple of years, and then switched over to Master Control, which I did in college. So college helped me get a job in the real world, which was awesome. But the thing about local news, nobody gets paid what they should. Nobody. It's definitely not as glamorous as everybody makes it out to be. Like, the amount of people that work in the news are very slim, and it's getting slimmer by the second, like the month, basically.
It's when I was graduating, like I was looking at the news field going, it's getting worse and worse. Because I remember when I was in high school and I did some internships with BOCES, like they had like the anchor going out, they had the camera person, and they had a camera person go with them. And then the intern would also go with them to help set up. And then in college, my friend Allie, she was like probably as tall as you, like 100 pounds. And there she is, like carrying all this equipment. And I look over, I'm like, Allie, what are you doing? She's like, I got to do this shoot over across campus for this stupid dance. And I got extra, and I need it for extra credit. And I was like, do you want me to help carry it? And she goes, would you? And I just start carrying. And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, like all that equipment is heavy.
And then she took off her jacket, and I saw she had like, I saw her arms. I was like, no wonder why she's got guns on her arms.
Because when you're like 4 feet, nothing, carrying a tripod, it's a little difficult. I know this from experience.
And then she goes, like it's gone even worse since then because that
Yep.
was like 10 years ago.
Yep. And it's just gotten worse. Like, when I was working again in local news recently, like as a director, they were doing graphics and directing and audio. Like that used to be 3 separate jobs back in like the early 2000s. Like,
Was your job has your is your job multiple jobs back in the day?
yes. So, well, depending on what job you're talking
Well,
about,
I'm talking about master control, like
yeah,
master
well, yeah.
controller.
I mean, eventually, like my first real, like first full time master control job was in Syracuse, where we were a hub. So you had multiple stations that you were monitoring at the same time because ad breaks. So
No, I said, what is your job? Like, what you're not like for an anchor. Then you would have a cameraman, and sometimes they used to have a gaffer.
yeah,
Like
or
now
like
you don't have
well,
any of that.
like we watch Groundhog's Day every year, right?
Yes.
So they had in that scene they have the anchor, the reporter, the camera guy, and a producer. Well, you're lucky if you've got an anchor and a camera guy, because a lot of times those reporters out there are setting up those shots themselves. Like, it's bananas.
And that's what I'm saying. For master control, when you're working there, was there other job like was there other master control took over the job of ads and took over the job of this, like, or has master control just been the same forever?
Master control's just been the same.
All right, because I know when I worked there, they gave me a job. I had to go listen to politicians and answer questions, and then when they said WTM, do you have any other questions? I had to go, no questions.
Okay.
That was my job
What was
at when I was in high school in WTM.
okay?
So like it's probably changed way since then. Like, but they had me like on this phone call with like legislative people, and they were wanted to know, like they were passing a bill, and so like we had what the bill was, but
Oh, so this was like a press pool kind of situation.
yes,
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more
but
sense.
it was all done over the phone.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh yeah, where they like dial in and they talk on the phone, but it's a video recording. I know exactly what
Correct.
that was. Part of my job was tuning satellites so that you could do that shit. Like
Yeah,
from
that's what I'm
Albany.
talking about, master control. Okay, so yeah, all right, cool. So master controls, I guess it didn't change.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, because they want to maintain ad revenue, so they gotta have somebody in the seat.
That's the only. So I guess if you're gonna work in TV, master control is the guaranteed job.
No, because even then, I mean, like there's stations here locally that have master control done in a Springfield, Massachusetts.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So, and that brought you up to us, to me, to you.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out the words. So that gets you caught up to
Yep.
us.
Yeah. From then did podcast advertising and doing a little more creative things.
So that's the who of Amy. So let's figure out the who of Fresh to Death Comics. So Fresh to Death Comics actually started in Oswego.
Yep.
It was like October of
2010.
yes. And because I had my own radio show, I was excited, and I was doing Christian radio. I had my so in August I was doing Christian radio, and it was awesome, and I was so excited to have, it was a Christian rock rap kind of thing. So like did Lecrae, I had KJ was on there. A lot of KJ.
Really? Who'd have
I
thought?
still heard a lot of KJ for the month of September.
You don't say.
KJ52 was the number one played song of Oswego that year. Because I was also going in helping people with their radio programs and being like, have you heard this KJ song?
Basically, if the college radio station had Spotify Wrapped, number one would have been KJ.
It would have been high up there for at least that month. And then all of a sudden there was a crackdown that happened. Like some of it was people were taking it too far. Like they were playing the R-rated versions. So there was a lot of F words being thrown around. So I think we got a few fines from the FCC.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden I came in to do my show and I went, "Where's the plugin for my music?" And they go, "We don't do that anymore." And I go, "What?" And they go, no, we don't allow music. You have to choose the music that's here. And I go, "What's the music that's here?" And I looked and I was like, I was trying to think, let's see, it was all like indie rock of that era, along with some pop music. So like Eminem.
Oh, okay.
No, we didn't do Eminem. They wouldn't let me do Eminem. That wasn't out yet. That was yeah. I wanted to do that one. They would never let me.
The FCC won't let you be, or let me be me.
So let me see. So they stopped, and I was like, "What do I do? Like, I don't know music, so
no, you do not.
I don't know any of the musics. So I was like, what do I do?" And all of a sudden, like, I was like, I've always wanted to do talk radio. This is my chance. And I had a friend named Hans, and we're like, let's do a talk show about comic books. And so it just kind of went with two guys just talking about comics, and we went exploring.
All right, Hans, we're doing something new. We're gonna do pocket cam, so you see what I see, and we're gonna have fun.
Go in it, go around it.
Can you go around it? No, you can't go around it.
Why? That's the exit. It says emergency exit only. I think this is an emergency. My life has been...
I just farted.
And we went to Chicago. We did interviews. Like when we left Oswego, we kind of ended up just doing podcast adventures. Like we did interviews with Christian Goodsnick. We had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
But
I don't want to pie in the face, man. I don't want to pie in the face. Oh. Hurt. Then my face. Oh God. I got a whole club of whipped cream right there. Oh, jeez. I don't know what catching an egg means. I just did it. So, yeah, I think we're done there. So I caught an egg. What does that mean? Pokemon. Well, I caught an egg. What am I going to do with this egg?
Everything kind of came to a halt with my brain injury. I had a traumatic brain injury happen. A brick fell on my head. And honestly, if it wasn't for Kelly, my physical therapist, I don't think I'd be doing a show right now. Yeah. Like, she has helped me.
Very least.
Like, I'm reading books. Like, yeah. Like, she has helped me so much.
You read more books last year than I did.
Like, she's helped me so much, like, with trying to get better and helping with this brain injury and just progressing to the point now where we're doing a podcast and we're going to be doing shows. We're going to do conventions. There's so many things we have planned.
We're going full force, guys.
So, full force.
Full force.
So, with the brain injury. So, it's been getting better. I mean, you guys have seen it. We did the rundown for a couple of years.
It's written by Stephanie Phillips. Women empowering women. Come on.
Luke.
And I'm Amy.
And this is
The Rundown. That's right. We've got the DCs, the Marvels, and the Indies all in one convenient show for you. And we're here to bring you all the new comics out this week, May 1st.
And we have partnered with Fat Cat Comics.
Yes.
Last
Shout out to Drew at Fat Cats.
Yeah,
you're still our guy.
Yeah, Drew at Fat Cats, like, he really gave me, like, it really was rehab every week doing the rundown.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I can say some numbers now. I
Oh,
don't know
for
what
sure.
numbers mean, but I can say whatever number may be on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing there were so many numbers when we did the rundown, and for somebody who could not do any, you were then doing most of them. Like, I'd say a good 80%. I don't mean to throw more numbers into this, but I just did. Sorry.
Whatever she said.
Almost all of it.
But yeah, Drew really kind of took me under his wing, and last year was a very bad year for us. We are not going to go into that now. That is another video. Just, if you guys want to know, you can look at the past year on
either of our social media.
Yeah, look in our social medias, you'll see. So here we are, fast forward to now. We've really been trying to figure out what we want this channel to be. What is Fresh to Death Comics? Like, when you guys tune in, what are you getting? Like, it's hard for us to do a weekly show about Spider-Man issue 10 that comes out, because how many of you are actually reading the comics when they come out on the week they come out? Or do they just get thrown on the back pile? So our job is we're going to be siphoning through. We're going to be picking out the best books of what we think you guys should be reading or maybe getting your hands on. That's kind of what our jam and our gist has always been.
Yeah, and I'm definitely excited for like some of these new projects that are coming out, like The Beauty, like
Stephanie Phillips's Daredevil.
That's super awesome. I cannot wait for that. Obviously,
there's so many fun things happening. So we're gonna be not doing the podcast like we usually do, where it's a 2-hour video with multiple topics. We've heard from you guys. You guys have let us know that you've really liked the single videos of the one topics about one thing. Because if you know about that thing, you're like, I like that, but I didn't know. Like our She-Hulk episode. People really like the She-Hulk, but then we also talked about, I think we're talking about the Ultimate Universe, and people are like, I have no clue what the Ultimate Universe was. I know what an Ultimate is, which I don't, because that doesn't make any sense. Do you know how many times typing in ultimatum or the Ultimate was like the Ultimates kept on getting messed up in my
autocorrect. Oh yeah.
So,
I could see that happening.
So that's gonna be our job. We're gonna be doing shows every week. We're gonna try to get videos out a couple of days. Couple of days we're gonna get videos out.
Yeah.
The other days we're not.
I'm thinking like 3 out of all of them.
Out of the whole year, we're only gonna do 2 videos.
That's it. Couple of days.
So
we're
we
done
got
working.
one, and we'll see you in December for another one. It's how I work out every day. I do 1 sit-up. I get up, and then I get down. My pastor called me the other day. He was like, where were you? And I was like, sorry, pastor, I was in the Word, studying hard in the Word. And he goes, all right, Brian, I'll forgive you. And I close, and Amy goes, Brian, you weren't at church. Where were you? I go, I call my bed the Word. I was in the Word.
Now we're just doing stand-up, apparently.
No, but Fresh Death Comics, that's what this is we like to have fun. So we're going to look at comics. We're going to, we're going to point out good comics, bad comics. And I would like to say if we say a comic is bad, we're talking about that comic book and not the artist or the writer.
Yes.
Like, it's like a movie, a project you put out there. We have to judge it, critique it. Like, it's not always going to be a home run. And that's why when the books are a home run, I love to give you your props.
Yes.
And so we don't sugarcoat things around here. It's why it's called Fresh to Death. We either think it's fresh or it's death. There is no middle ground, as Amy's learned in my relationship. It's two extremes.
It's all or nothing.
It's either fresh
Or death. Cake or death.
Can you imagine a banana like either or an apple, either a seed or it's completely rotten to the point where there's mold? That's your options.
Great. Love it.
So, but no, we have some comic book traveling vlogs planned.
Yep.
I have a little nephew, and we have.
You do?
You also have a little.
I know. I do too.
We both have little nephews, who's also the same nephew. Now that I think about it.
It's also.
But so I have some special traveling videos. We're going to be going to a lot of comic book shops. So if you guys have a favorite comic book shop, let us know in the comments, because we're going to
go there.
Let us know why you like the shop, because I'm going to go in, I'm going to review it. I'm going to take a look around. Like, I've been around for a long time. I've seen a lot of bad comic shops. I've seen a lot of good comic shops. And I've seen a lot of comic book shops that are really good, but they're just struggling and they're trying their hardest and they just get pooped on because of the situation where they don't get the books or they don't get what they need. And so, we're going to take that into account. So I'm excited. This is going to be the greatest year of Fresh Death Comics. It's season 10. We're rebranded. Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
So thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to be back for another episode soon.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
We could talk about so many things. We could talk about Wonder Man.
The beauty.
We could talk about the Oscars.
The Grammys.
About my cat.
About my cat, who is the same cat.
We have the same cat. Whoa. Stop the presses.